What happens when you mix the humane philosophy of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind with the comedy action of Jackie Chan flicks and then add flavors of Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey, visual references from In the Mood for Love, and toppings of Disney Pixar set pieces? Well, that's not all. There's so much more. The result is Everything Everywhere All at Once, the new film by Daniel Quan and Daniel Skynyrd, better known as the Daniels Together. You see, the name itself suggests how you get all spices together in one film, which obviously raises your doubts. Too many cooks spoil the broth, goes the saying, and too much of varied spices have hardly resulted in a fascinating recipe. And that is the beauty of this film. A mind-blowing sail through across genres, cinematic tones, visual appeal on the pretext of verse jumping. Today, we discuss Everything Everywhere All at Once, that's generating raving reviews across the globe and is on the way to become a cult classic of our times. The film is yet to get a theatrical release in India, and we hope that will happen soon. Nevertheless, here we are with a spoiler-free analysis of the film, which will not impact your watching experience and only raise your expectations. So without any further delay, let's jump in. You know what? Almost all the stories of human crisis and achievements have already been told in our cinema. So today when we watch a new film, it's really about knowing a new story, even if the premises might differ. It's more about the unique and innovative presentation of the old wine in a new bottle. Everything Everywhere is a mighty achievement at that. When you come across the summary of a middle-aged family woman identified as the chosen one to be the savior of humankind across multiverses, the idea seems all too familiar, having watched it so many times. But it is within minutes that the director duo sucks you into the roller coaster ride that will give the Marvel think tank a run for their money. The film works like a volcano of ideas, marching towards you in full galore that won't stop until you are soaked in. And only when you feel you have seen it all comes yet another bang that hits your senses, heart, and head. You may feel exhausted by the time this ride ends, but not bored for a minute. A lot of the times when dealing with themes of multiverse, universe jumping, things either become too academic or too lame. Not here, not for this one. The Daniels hit a strange sweet spot which makes all their ideas extremely innovative, easily accessible, and immense fun. Something brilliantly chaotic and unbelievably original. Think about the idea of jumping pad itself. No difficult computer codes, techie pods, or improbable mythical combinations. If you are able to pull off the most drastic random action that you would never do in your logical senses, you get ready for the verse jump. And what does this idea fetch you in the process? It immediately brings down your production budget, gets everyone in the audience, irrespective of academic background and mythical knowledge, understand what's going on, and above all, sets up the film for hundreds of laugh-out-loud moments. A random action that you need to pull off on the face of crisis. You just cannot imagine where all the film will take you just using this simple, ingenious idea. Evelyn, played by Michelle Yeoh, is the heart of the story. An ordinary woman quietly running a laundromat in California. It's a life of tensions for Evelyn, fighting with her husband over running the laundromat, arguing with her daughter Joy, who has come out to be gay, tackling the strictest IRS officer about proposed tax rebates, and worried about her father Gong Gong's visit to their place, whether he gets the right welcome, whether the party arranged to celebrate his visit goes right, and whether Joy's sexual identity gets revealed to Gong Gong. And then she discovers herself as the chosen one in a cosmic war against an agent of chaos, as the audience is exposed to the multiple versions of Evelyn across universes. A chef, an opera singer, a dominatrix, a pinata, and of course a martial arts star. And a stone. Just a stone. An exhilarating set piece which suddenly suspends the super pacey flow of events. Like life itself, precious moments to sit and contemplate on our superficial existence, triviality in the mix of things when we put ourselves against everything, everywhere, all at once. It couldn't have been a better casting than Michelle Yeoh as Evelyn, someone who herself has zigzagged through so many unique avatars in her career, be the matriarch in Crazy Rich Asians or the Bond girl in Tomorrow Never Dies, one from the geisha world on Memoirs of Geisha, or warrior from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Michelle owns the film in every frame. She is wow. Just wow. be in action or emotions. She brings such heart and soul to every version of Evelyn we see. That's as difficult as pulling off the action set pieces we watch. This is a performance we will talk about for years to come, a clear frontrunner in the next award season. Quan as Evelyn's often naive and occasionally dynamic husband Waymond is pure fun, reminding of Jackie Chan at his best. Well, this was previously a male-led film where Chan himself was considered, but the Yeoh combo doesn't leave any room for complaints. Perhaps it might be a better one. Definitely a more refreshing take. To get more into the plot would spoil the experience of watching the film for all of you who haven't watched it yet. And thereby we won't be able to talk about the three super performers of the film. That is Stephanie Su as Evelyn's daughter Joy, James Hong as the father Gong Gong, and Jamie Lee Curtis as IRS officer Deirdre. Perhaps we can have an interview or discussion down the line once it's available in theaters or home through OTT in India. But let's end in talking about how in all its chaos and cringe, rapidity and randomness, there's a distinct purpose that the film holds. Take us back to how it's supposed to be. Evelyn is told that's her goal, her mission to save the multiverse. But if every choice leads to a new path in life that can coexist, who's to say any of them is the right one? The subtle philosophies of the film strike you better when you watch it for the second time, aware of what's coming next and not being awestruck every 5 minutes. In their vision of parallel realities, the Daniels actually capture the fractured nature of our modern synthetic existence, where nothing is completely under our control and everything leaves a room for further satisfaction. And that's the real fight. A fight of cosmic proportions. To find satisfaction in this unsatisfactory world, the world we cannot relate to anymore, not all at once, but slowly and gradually. It is about finding those rare moments of joy, improvise, and pull off one if the need be. Those flashes of life that we are living, that's no match for the numerous alternatives that could have been. Everything Everywhere is a celebration of all our successes and failures, all that we are and all that we could not be. All of us. Everyone, even the ones who would bash this movie or this review. Everything, everywhere, all at once is like nothing you've ever seen before.